everyone to the next episode of the Social Media is Dead podcast. I'm with my guest here, Brian of Omaha, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere, at Brian of Omaha. Brian, thanks so much for coming in. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, of course. No, it is so good to be here. This is one of, I think, my third podcast ever. Cool. I've wanted to do podcasts more often, so this is like a good step in the right direction. So again, thank you for having me here. My name is Brian of Omaha. I am a supervisor at a dog daycare here in Omaha, Nebraska, and I just started working there just because I love dogs and I needed a new job, and I decided, you know what, maybe I should share these dogs with the rest of the world. I started making a couple videos, they blew up, and now I am here in this podcast studio, and I'm honestly living my dream. I couldn't be any happier. So again, thank you for having me.
Dude, I mean, blew up is an understatement. Like, for the people listening at home, I'm sure they've probably seen one of your videos by now. Brian has 1.4 million followers on TikTok.
Yes.
920,000 on YouTube. 100 and change on Instagram. Like, you are a media empire now at this point. Like a dog a pet industry, really, media entity. Like, did you ever think this was possible?
Honestly, I didn't, because even just sitting in this podcast, it took me a little while just to get over my social anxiety. Yeah. Like with that intro, I just rambled a little bit, and it's fine because I'm learning how to do all this. Yeah. And that's just a learning point for all of you guys. I have all these followers, and I'm still nervous doing this podcast. I'm sitting next to TJ here, or JT?
JT, yeah.
Oh my gosh, TJ,
no,
JT.
Good correction, because everyone calls me TJ.
I can remember dogs' names the second I see them, but as soon as I meet a person, it takes me like a week or so to remember their name. So I promise I'm going to remember your name. But I look at you as someone like famous, even though like I have all these followers. I've seen your videos, and one of them brought me to tears. It was one that you just went back to like a high school football game, and it made me like reminisce on all my times in high school. And I'm not going to tell you guys my age, but it's been a while since I've been in high school, so it really brought me back. So like, good for you as well. Before I start talking about myself, I just wanted to give you your flowers. Your videos are amazing, and they've brought emotion out of me, and that's kind of what we do. That's what we do this for. But I never thought any of this would happen. Actually, let me take a step back. I've always had a feeling inside my body, just in my soul, that I was going to do something special, something cool with my life, but I never knew it was going to be something like this, to where I'm like reaching people in Australia, people in like Europe. But it's just still hard for me to wrap my brain around. I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing it full time for about 1.5 years now. So I'm still in that phase where I'm processing it all. I'm still trying to analyze who I am as a human as I'm kind of putting myself out there on the internet. So it's all been a huge learning curve.
Dude, oh my gosh, man. I first off, I have like goosebumps, like you like talking about like what inspires you and stuff. And thank you for the compliment on my content too, man. That's like the feeling's mutual. I feel like we followed each other early on, and when you first followed me, I felt like validation to me. I'm like, Brian of Omaha just followed me and like left me a positive comment, and that was so cool. So
awesome. No, I'm glad.
Man, thanks for the encouragement. And like, that's a lot of like, especially even doing this podcast and a lot of the work that I want to do, since my content is Nebraska focused. I want to try to get us Nebraskans in the same room and, supporting each other, because it's such a lonely thing. Like, it's a lonely mission. It's misunderstood a lot of times. It's, it's like you said, you had that burnout last year. I don't know if you said that on air or if we just said that in our conversation before, but like, this is not easy. And like, You've done it, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, you get that glimpse of success, and you kind of just push yourself to the limit, and that's what I did, because I got that glimpse, and I thought to myself, it's either now or never. I have to do this. Yeah. But that is not the case. I've had my ups and downs, and I'm still doing very well. I didn't have to rush everything that I did, but I've taken a step back, and I'm doing things like this in my hometown now. I've only worked with a couple companies here in Omaha so far in my 5 years, so I'm trying to take that step back, take a breath, and just kind of open up about my journey. And then as I'm doing that, I can keep making videos here and there. I don't have to do it every single day. Yeah.
I mean, you bring up something interesting, right? Like, you have this gigantic account, and yet you've almost priced yourself out of being able to work with local partners, because what's a little, pet store gonna be able to pay you for all this insane amount of publicity that your account gets, right? And like one really good example that I heard about the other day is just, how Mr. Beast really, he basically became such a big media property that he priced himself out of being able to partner with, nobody could afford partnering with him. So he had to make his own Feastables and his own Beast Burger. And that's kind of the only solution. Once you price yourself out of your local market because you're too big, you kind of have to like look elsewhere. So it's awesome to hear that you've been able to work with local people. And a lot of people listening, they would love to know how to work with you. So maybe we can like break down like how did the NFM thing come about? How's it going? I heard the podcast that just came out like 4 days ago.
Yeah, so the NFM thing is, first of all, crazy. I've been shopping there since I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I had a tougher upbringing. We don't have to go deep down that path or anything like that, but I could never afford anything. I was always window shopping. I always saw the big TVs, and I always wanted to work there. So when they reached out to me, it just blew my mind. I've worked with so many big companies throughout these 5 years, and NFM was probably one of the coolest. Probably next to the Omaha Zoo, because they did reach out to me, and that was like, that one blew my mind. I was like a little kid when I saw their email. So basically my tactic to social media is I'm not greedy whatsoever. I will make free videos for companies, and then they always end up hiring me in the long run. As long as you focus on your content and your content is good and your attitude is good towards them, they'll want to hire you in the long run. So with NFM, I didn't necessarily make a free video for them at first. I went to Shields and I said, Shields, hey, I would love to make you guys a video because I wanted to first of all practice my in-person video skills and talking in front of people, because that, oh my gosh, when I did the Shields video, there were people, it took me hours to film like a 15-second video, because every time someone started walking by me in public, I would stop talking because I was so anxious. So I used the Shields video as practice, and I wanted other Omaha companies to see me and see the way I videoed. So about 2 weeks after I posted the Shields video, I got a message from NFM saying they wanted me to work with them. And I truly believe it's just because I put that good karma out into the world. I made these free videos, and it wasn't just because I wanted the free publicity or I wanted other companies to reach out to me. Honestly, I love Shields, and I wanted to make a video for them. And sometimes you don't have to wait to make a cool video for a cool company. You can just reach out to them, make them a video. If they end up purchasing the video later, or if they end up hiring you for a new project, great. If they don't, you got the experience. You can say that you have a Shields video on your account, your video is on their account, and it's perfect for your portfolio. So I just think so many different ways other than I want to make money right now on this project. And I think that's where some social media influencers fail. They just try and make money on every single project. But for me, I just try and build my portfolio, whether that means I have to make free videos or not. That's kind of how I started. I made a free video for Kong, and then they ended up inviting me to their warehouse, and I got to fill bags of things full of dog toys, and I brought it back home. So that's kind of how I started. And that is how I approach companies is I just try and be helpful to them first. And then if you have a good attitude, they're always going to hire you in the end. I think I did get lucky in the Omaha market. I know I'm larger, but in the beginning of my social media journey, I didn't tag Omaha at all. I actually had to respect my manager's request at the daycare. When I first started posting, we had an influx of dogs, and it was just really hard on the daycare.
No way.
Yeah, so I stopped tagging Omaha. Anytime someone would comment Omaha, I would get deleted from my comment section. So now I'm approaching these Omaha companies saying, hey, I want to grow my following here in my hometown, because I have more followers in Australia than I do in Omaha.
No way.
It's insane. Like, no one knows who I am. I got free Taco Bell one time. And that's like the highlight of my social media career here in Omaha. So right now I'm actually just now tapping into the Omaha market. And that's how I've approached these companies saying, hey, I just really want to work with you guys. I want to gain my following here because I don't want to be a supervisor at the daycare forever. I want to own my own daycare someday. So that's just been my approach towards everything.
Oh man, just what you said there, it seems like such a healthy, like refreshing take on collaborations, because man, it is really a big anxiety, I think, for a lot of new creators to be like, how do I get my first deal? How do I make as much as I can, and not, I think there's also a lot of fear, like, I don't want to get screwed over by a company. It's like, you have such an abundant mindset that it's like, what goes around is going to come around. Don't don't freak out, because you're going to burn out and you're going to just cause more stress on this career that's already so stressful, you know, like that is really refreshing. And I struggle with that a lot. It's like, okay, how can I be a really great partner and still know my worth and not do, you know, a lot of my videos involve tons of travel, tons of logistics, like models, drones, like all this other stuff. Like it's kind of a production lots of times. And so like, how do I still respect those hours that I'm going to put in and respect my employees and respect everything, but not just try to pinch every penny I can get out of people? You know?
Yeah, and sorry, I don't mean to keep like interjecting and talking about you. So I think I got lucky. So I found the dogs, and I think what I do is super easy. People wouldn't understand that I do everything on my phone. I edit on my phone. I do the videos on my phone. If I see a dog doing something funny, I just pull out my phone really quick, and I've gained all of these dogs' trust. So when they see me pull out my phone, it's almost like they know. So, but when I do step out of that comfort zone, out of the daycare, and I try and make videos outside of the daycare, dude, it is so hard. It is so hard. So again, just props to you and any other influencer that might be listening to this that has created a successful channel just at their house or traveling to places. It is so hard, and I give you guys the most credit. I know I should give myself some credit, but my life is so easy. These dogs just pretty much do everything for me.
Yeah. Oh man. I mean, that's the best. You're sitting on the best opportunity. Is you have something that's repeatable, proven. You have access to it. You can film lots of content like that. That is amazing. And like, yeah, when you're getting started, if you can find something that you can repeat. I know a guy here locally who he makes like craft cocktails, and so he's been making videos teaching people how to make craft cocktails, and it's great. All you need is like a little bar, like, you know, display behind you, and you just start whipping up cocktails, and you can make all the videos in the world. I have to drive to like Western Nebraska to make my videos, which isn't very sustainable, but you know, I don't know, something that you said that kind of stood out to me is just like trying to try new content and just how hard that is to get outside of like what you're used to. Anytime I try something new, and I try to do something new like every month or two, just to force myself to like be uncomfortable again, you know, it's the hardest thing ever. And with brands who are listening to this now, right, like I think they can probably relate to this as well, right? Okay, let's say you run a coffee shop, you know, you've been doing social media a certain way for a decade now, you know, now you got to try something new. Maybe that means, you know, working with Brian, and if it's a local coffee shop, maybe working with a 2.5 million follower account isn't the right thing to do, but I don't know, maybe you work with me in the Corn Belt, and you know, you kind of like be a little bit more vulnerable with the types of people creators that you work with, or the types of things that you post on your account. So I don't know, just you talking about how hard it is and how vulnerable you have to be. It's like, I think people don't always understand that. I think people think, oh, it's just so easy. Brian's a pro, like he can do anything, you know, but it really is hard.
It is hard. I've gone through many mental blocks. I think that is the scariest thing to me so far about this whole journey, is knowing that I have to adjust to what's going on in the social media environment. Is I know I have to get my face in the videos more. In the beginning, no one even knew who I was. I never put my face in the video. Then I started putting my face in the video, and I realized that wasn't scary at all. So to companies that are listening, even though I'm saying scary, it is easy to me. This is a good scary, but it is like scary to think that there's a chance people are going to hate your next idea, or they're not going to like you. They're just going to like the dogs, and they like your voice, but when you put your face in the video, they're going to be like, oh, that's the face to the voice. So there's so many things that go through my head, but I have definitely cleared my mind so much more. I've matured so much more over these last couple of years, to where a lot of that kind of just fogs behind me, and doesn't kind of slow me down. I know when I need to slow down and when I should. So everything in this has just been a huge learning curve. It has helped me mature. I think that's what I've used social media for the most, is a lot of people think I'm using it for the money. Some companies haven't worked with me because they think I'm taking advantage of the dogs. But realistically, I started working at the daycare because I was in a very low place, and the dogs saved my life. Just their unconditional love I had never felt before, to where I would have a terrible day, I would be grumpy with the dogs, and they would still love me the next day. And that's what I did it for. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this video. There was a little fluffy white dog on the ground, and I pushed them with a broom, acting like it was a dust ball. And the next morning, it had 700,000 views. It was insane. But that's just what I want people to know about me the most, I think, with this podcast is, yes, I am really good at social media. I've been kind of practicing social media for 10 years. I played baseball. That was my main thing. I put all my baskets into baseball. And when I hurt my arm, I just went job to job because I was so unhappy. But while I was going job to job, I was looking up how to do this, how to do that on the internet. So there has been so much more than just these 4 years behind the scenes. But I just want people to know that I chose the dogs because I truly love the dogs. They are like my absolute center. If I think they're having an off day because I'm videoing, I just put the video away. I don't post that day. I've told companies that I need a few more days because the dogs were just having off times. So again, that's just what I want people to know is the dogs will always come first. My dream is to open a no-kill shelter. That's what I want to do with all of this, all the money that I make from this. So yeah, sorry, I could babble on and on about the dogs. So
you're an encyclopedia, man. You've lived it. You have lived the social media, highs and lows like very few people in Omaha have. Like it's okay, one thing that you touched on that I thought was interesting is you talked about people knowing your voice and then seeing your face. I want to talk about what makes you such a good creator. You've got a great TikTok voice. How did you train that? Did you just realize that you've got a good TikTok voice? Like, there's another guy locally here, and he does like a carpet cleaning company.
Okay.
And they say that he sounds like the dad from what's the Timmy Turner cartoon?
Oh, Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Like
I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Do you know the carpet cleaner guy?
Yeah.
And like his shtick is he sounds like this guy, and he's got a great voice, and he does it like. Do you think that your intangible skills is it your voice? Is it your, your playfulness and your ability to get the dogs to be playful on camera? Or like, what do you think it is that set you apart?
Oh man, it's so tough for me to like gas myself up like this.
Yeah.
I think I've been getting compliments on my voice since I was like young. I never really understood why people liked my voice. I always hated my voice. When you hear it back on a voicemail, I'm that person that would turn it off, cringe. I didn't want anyone to hear it. So there was actually a point about a year into my social media career where I listened to a video and I heard my voice and I started crying. Because, sorry, I'm going to get vulnerable here. I started crying because it's like I recognized myself for the first time. And I think finding that confidence is what made me successful. Other than I am really good with dogs, that's just not on the camera. When I turn the camera off, I run around with the dogs. I'm laying on the ground when I shouldn't be because it's gross. I just really love the dogs. So I think my energy, my positive energy just kind of relates to the dogs. Cool. And when I pull out the video, they're not scared. They already know who I am. And they just do the craziest things. I see people trying to do videos and they ask me how to make their video more engaging and things like that. Other dog daycare workers, I should say. And I just tell them you just really have to gain the trust of the dogs first. You can't just meet a dog, put them on camera. You have to do things behind the scenes and then eventually slowly introduce them to the phone. I treat the phone as something that just needs to be safe to them. I don't ever just want to make it. If a dog is ever feeling unsafe, some parents will I've had some parents get upset with me because I don't put their dogs in the video, but I have to explain to them, if a dog is ever scared, I'm not going to put them in a video. You'll see some dogs running away from me when I pull the phone out. Sometimes I'll do that because I know the dog, they just like know my antics, and as soon as I put the phone away, they run right back to me. So I will throw some of those in here and there, but I really think that these dogs are just my homies. That's how I treat them, and I think that's shown very well in my videos. And then I know the little analytic things. I know that your intro should be 3 seconds long, or like 2.7 seconds to 3.3 seconds long. So there's all those analytical things that I could talk about and bore everyone with. But I think that's why I'm so good is, yes, I have an engaging voice. I can now confidently say that I love my voice and I display it well. And I just have a really good relationship with the dogs, and I think that just meshes well into the video. And I wear nail polish, and I know that's a weird thing to highlight, but that is something that actually made me really popular. So many people hated the fact that I wore nail polish, and then I would just have hordes of my followers just attacking them for me. So if someone said anything about my nail polish, I would just pin it, and it almost became a game. And I think that's how I gained followers as well, as I would just kind of poke and pick at things people would say to me.
Yeah.
And I was just always engaging with my community. So I think those are the things that have made me the most successful.
Cool. Being almost a little controversial. Like getting in the comments, poking around. I like that.
Yeah, I'll admit I did enjoy it a little bit more than I should. And I have a bunch of friends that would always look at my comment sections, and they enjoyed it way too much. They'd be like my little posse, and every time someone,
and they would team up. If
yeah,
somebody,
they would team up. Like my friend, I'm gonna shout out my friend Millie. He would always do it when I first started TikTok.
Yeah.
I would see a comment and I would message Millie and say, Millie, I need you to handle this for me. And they would always delete their comment after Millie would like say something. He wouldn't say anything bad or anything like that, and nothing too controversial. But he was like my bodyguard almost.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I know of another Nebraska creator who got really big, who did that too, and his friends would kind of like, monitor the comment sections a little bit, because there's crazy stuff that happens in the comment section.
It gets bad, but I think I got lucky to have a good mindset.
Yeah.
I've had some weird things happen to me in my childhood. Like I said, I had a rough upbringing. Yeah. So someone telling me that I'm lame for wearing nail polish, they think it's going to get under my skin, but it's just, it's really never going to happen.
Right, yeah. Oh, man, and like, just your willingness to be different too, like, I think that goes so far. And Mr. Beast refers to it as the purple cow effect, right? To win on social media, you have to be willing to do something that's never been done before, and the bar keeps going up and up every year.
Yeah, it does.
And just being different and being yourself, like, when my kind of like my hook, is like, I printed off a big map of Nebraska and I close my eyes and like throw a dart at the map. Yeah, it's fun, but like when I first did it, I was like, this is so weird. Like, are people going to be like, who the heck is this guy? Why is he doing this? But it ended up working, and it was kind of different. And I've never been made fun of for it because it worked. Now, But I don't know, just like your willingness to be like authentic and just not care.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like that's what you need to win. People who just want to like blend in and just like play it safe on social media.
Yeah. And now I'm planning on starting my own like dog safe nail polish, just to like throw it in their face even more. So all of the dogs at the daycare are gonna have nail polish on now in my videos, and it's just gonna be like 10 times more in their face. So I hope all the people that hated on me for the nail polish enjoy all the nail polish that's just gonna be on their feeds in the future. And the funny thing is, I started wearing nail polish because of baseball. It was like a manly thing. I was just going to
say that. I was going to say it's a baseball thing.
I was a catcher, and at night, my pitchers, I have short little stubby fingers. I don't know if you guys can see that. But they couldn't see my signs, so I would wear like neon colors all the time. And then when I would take the colors off, my fingers just felt so bland and naked, so I just kept doing it. And now I'm having a daughter this month, so it's going to be even more nail polish. It's just,
Oh my, it's come full circle. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever made dog safe nail polish before? Is that a product that exists, or did you just come up with that by yourself?
No, so it is a product. Well, I would like to think I did. In the moment when I was thinking of it, I was like, no one's done this before. But I've seen groomers they have like nail polish pens. Okay. And I will never be the one to bash on another business. I just think I could really heighten the business. Yeah. So Psychedelic Dogs is my business. I have an LLC. I'm going to be starting it soon. That's what my daycare will be called. Ooh. My no-kill shelter, my senior sanctuary. There's so many things that Psychedelic Dogs will be. But that's my main aim is that nail polish, just because I think I could really make a wave in that category, because there's not that many. There are a couple companies that do it well. Again, I just think I could bring a pop of color to that category of like the dog industry.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. And you kind of go into something interesting here, right? Is how can a creator like yourself monetize? I hear you saying you want to offer your own proprietary products, dog products. You want to offer your own daycare. So those are two businesses just adjacent to your account that you can do. You talked about the NFM partnership and other partnerships like that, and then the other one that just comes to my mind is like the creator fund, or like some sort of monetization from the platforms themselves. Can you talk to us a little bit about like what piece of the pie, of your like revenue pie, is each of those buckets? To me, it's like your own products, partnerships, and creator fund. But am I leaving something out?
No, so that's pretty much it. So my own products is the only one that I haven't made money from yet. I haven't started. I'm not going to lie, starting your own business is a little scary.
Yeah.
So I just am trying to make sure it's perfect. And it is a lot of money. So there's a whole lot of reasons why I haven't started that just yet. But now I have the audience. It was always my goal to build the audience first. I wanted to be a social media influencer, but at the end of the day, I want to be a business owner. I don't want to just sell merch or anything like that. I want Psychedelic Dogs to be a known brand. I want to be in places like Petco and things like that. Don't quote me on the companies. I know some companies are a little bit in limbo right now. But anyways, I want Psychedelic Dogs to be a established business first and foremost, and then the social media will kind of just be a way to market it as well. But I also just want to keep social media as fun and about me. So when I do eventually buy my own daycare, I want to record the entire process. I don't know if you've seen the guy that just recently bought a bowling alley and he was restoring it. I want to be that guy, but for a dog daycare. So I want to buy a building, I want to restore it. So that is the future financial goal.
Cool.
As far as starting as a social media influencer, I didn't make money for the first year and a half. I started when short videos really just started getting paid. When you make short videos, you don't necessarily get paid that well from the content or the creator funds and things like that. Instagram, I got paid for 1 year and then they stopped the creator fund. TikTok, I love TikTok because I got a great following from it, but you have to make a video that's a minute long. When I make a video that is 55 seconds long, millions of views. When I make a video that's a minute and 2 seconds long, I add one more clip, same exact video, gets like 10,000 views.
No way.
So I'm still trying to figure out that part of, so I haven't relied on the creator fund for anything except for YouTube. YouTube, bless YouTube, love YouTube to death. YouTube kind of is what helped me make a living off of this. Now they are starting to pay a little bit different for their short fund or their creator fund for their shorts. So I'm not getting paid as much for that. So I am transitioning into my longer form videos again. I did get lazy. I was making longer videos for a while, and that's actually how I gained probably most of my sponsored deals was because of my long form videos, but they're so hard to make sometimes when you're making shorts and long form. So most of my money just scratched the YouTube creator fund. I have made a good amount of money with that, but the life-changing money, the ones that makes me want to do this every single day was because of was the brand deals that I've acquired because of my YouTube videos and things like that. So I've worked with Hill's Pet Nutrition. That's kind of what burnt me out. I did an ad with them. I flew out to California and it was like a commercial. I was there for 8 hours. There was a lady fanning me the whole time. It was insane. I did not feel, I had, what's that term when you don't feel like
imposter syndrome?
I had imposter syndrome for the first time ever.
Wow.
There was people saying, "You're Brian of Omaha. It's okay. You're gonna do so well." And I'm just I'm just Brian from Omaha. I don't know how I got here right now. But I will say that paid more than anything I've ever received. And that was just from, I didn't reach out to them. I just got an email one day and it said, "Brian, we would love you to star in this ad for Hill's Pet Nutrition. This is how much you're gonna make." And I showed my girlfriend. I was like, "There's no way this is real, right?" So that was just a result of me posting 4 times a week for 2 years straight, just knowing that there was an outcome coming. I relied on the creator fund to kind of give me that spark to keep going. It never kind of paid all my bills or anything like that. YouTube started picking up and YouTube did do good for a while, but those brand deals are what really kind of helped me get by.
Dude, oh my gosh, and it always feels like the brand deals come just when you need it, It's like if you just trust, the universe will bring you what you need.
If you get anything, if you're listening and you get anything from all my babbling, is that you just have to trust the process. I know you're going to hear that from everyone, but if you are seeing results, just keep going and you will open up your email one day and just have the best news ever. Make sure your emails are in your bios. If you are a social media influencer, put your email in your bio, put the little email emojis next to it so they know that's what you want to do with it, and you'll receive plenty of spam. Don't click on the spam like I did. I lost my TikTok for a week and a half. We're not going to talk about it, but don't click on spam. You'll know what's real and what's not. Every brand deal I've gotten, besides a couple here and there, were just randomly in my email or in my inbox direct messages. So I'm really blessed. I've gotten super lucky, but I almost feel like I've just had the easy road, but I have to remember that I did post almost every day. Like I really was. There were times where I got home from work and edited and fell asleep in my beanbag and was just don't remember waking up or don't remember falling asleep when I woke up. So there were plenty of those dark days when I wasn't making any money and I'm like, why am I editing this video right now? But it's been all worth it.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so tell us one thing that you're either excited for next year, or what do you think the future next year holds, either for you or the industry at large? Like, what's next?
Yeah. So I'm going to officially launch my merch for the first time ever at the beginning of next year. So who knows what that'll do for my life? That could either flop, which is okay if it flops. That's just a learning curve. But if it does great and even a percentage of my followers purchase merch for me, that'll be the next step to purchasing my own daycare or whatever I decide to go for it. If I decide to purchase my own daycare or start the line of nail polish, I haven't decided which avenue I want to go towards. I just want to focus on one step at a time. And then, of course, my baby girl, Mila. That's what I'm the most excited about. That has nothing to do with the social media. I probably won't be putting her on social media or anything like that until she's a little bit older. If she decides she wants to do the dog stuff with me, that'd be insanely cool. But those are the two things I'm excited about. Something that could possibly change my life even more. And then another thing that's going to change my life forever, my daughter. So there's a lot of exciting things, exciting and scary things coming up. But I think I'm finally mentally ready to just take that next step and not just be a creator and be a business person and be a big boy. It's time. I'm over 30. We're not going to talk about how much over 30, but that's what's coming up next.
That's amazing, Brian. Man, thank you for coming in. And so how can people find you? Just say it again, just so people know.
Yeah, so it's Brian of Omaha with a Y. We don't like the Bryans with an I. So it's Brian of Omaha. I actually got that name from a car dealership, like Baxter of Omaha. It's just one day I was like, Brian of Omaha sounds good.
I like it.
So it's Brian of Omaha everywhere. If you just type it in, you'll find me. You'll see my goofy little face. But I think I have a green background right now and like a tie-dye shirt on. And then you'll see all the dogs. You'll know where you are.
Cool, man. You rock, man. Congrats on all the success. And
thank you.
Thanks for being in Omaha.
Yeah, and thank you for having me. Again, giving you your flowers. This podcast room is amazing.
This place is
your
cool.
channel is amazing. I'm jealous
so
of your
much.
mustache.
Hey,
I wish I had blue eyes.
Hey,
so this
has
has all been great. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
You're the man, dude.